So our story today is a new front tooth. Richard looked at himself in the mirror with disgust. One thing was clear, he couldn't smile anymore. If he kept his lips together, maybe no one would ever find out. But I'm ahead of the story. Richard was 11 years old. He was a happy boy with a big smile. That was until today. Only a few minutes ago, he had been smiling and horsing around with his brothers at home while they were getting ready for school. When Mom called them that the bus had arrived, Richard grabbed his clarinet and his backpack off the foot of the stairs and ran. Just as he rounded the curve of the stairs halfway down, he slipped, and the next thing he knew, he found himself in a heap with his stuff at the bottom of the stairs. At first, he thought nothing too bad had happened. He had consciously protected his clarinet, and what could happen to a bag of books? He hurt in a few places, but nothing was broken. Just then, his brother Brendan came back and looking for him, hollering that he'd better hurry up or he'd be left behind. When Richard flashed a sheepish smile, a look of horror came over Brendan's face. Your tooth! What happened to your tooth? Forgetting all about the waiting bus, Richard ran for the bathroom. A quick smile reflected in the mirror explained his brother's reaction. A big corner of his front tooth was gone, and he looked like a jack-o'-lantern. Would he have to look like this for the rest of his life? Richard thought. Everybody has things that happen to them in their lives that they didn't expect. Sometimes they are happy things. Sometimes they are frightening things. Sometimes they are things that make you worry a lot. Jesus is glad when happy things happen to us. He also understands when we are frightened or worried. When he was here, he talked to his disciples about the things that made people frightened or worried. He said we don't need to worry because he knows all our needs and that he will take care of us. He wants us to leave the worrying to him, to help us know how much he cares for us. He told his followers that he even knew how many hairs they had on their heads. When Mom saw what happened to Richard, she was reassuring and made an appointment to see the dentist as soon as his office opened. For Richard, the wait seemed like forever. But eventually, Dr. Scribner was looking down at him with kind eyes. Dr. Scribner told Richard that there were lots of good news. The good news that there was probably enough left of Richard's tooth that the tooth would not die inside, that Dr. Scribner could make a cap to go over Richard's tooth that would protect his broken one and look just like a real tooth, and that fixing it wasn't going to hurt one bit. Richard thought he could live with that. Remember, you may not know what will happen to you today, tomorrow, next week, or next month, but you can always know that Jesus is with you to help you with no matter what. Isn't that good news? Thank you.